Imagine waking up in the middle of nowhere, confused, terrified. Your heart pounds as you realize you're standing beside Robert Hansen, the human hunter. He doesn't just kill, he hunts.
Robert Hansen is our first pick today, known for hunting people in the Alaskan wilderness like animals. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's next on this list. So stick around, let's dive in. Robert was a baker in his town of Anchorage, known as a quiet, hard-working, and polite member of the community. However, behind this facade, he was a serial killer. Hansen primarily targeted sex workers and dancers, women he believed were less likely to be missed if they disappeared. He would approach these women in public places, offering them a ride or money in exchange for their services. After convincing the women to get into his car, he would drive them to a more secluded location. Once arrived, Hansen would often reveal his true intentions, sometimes using a knife to threaten and overpower them. He would then handcuff or tie them up to prevent escape. Hansen had a small plane, which he used to fly his victims to remote areas in the Alaskan wilderness. The isolated environment made it nearly impossible for the women to escape or be found. After releasing them into the wilderness, Hansen would hunt them down like animals, using his skills as an experienced hunter, primary a rifle or a knife to execute them. He enjoyed the thrill of the hunt. With a total of 17 women killed during the 1970s and early 1980s, Hansen truly earned his place as the first on our list. But the twisted methods don't end here. Our next killer took things to a whole new level. Before we dive in, if you're enjoying these type of content, take a second and consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to us and help us continue uncovering more terrifying tales like these. Richard Ramirez, infamously known as the Night Stalker, brought fear to the streets with his random and brutal nighttime assaults. He stalked the streets of Los Angeles, randomly choosing victims, often breaking into homes late at night. Known for his unpredictability and brutality. Once in, Ramirez used a variety of weapons, guns, knives, even hammers, to carry out his brutal attacks. He would rape, torture, and murder, leaving satanic symbols to instill fear. His unpredictability and sheer ruthlessness made him one of the most feared killers in California's history.
Why on earth would you have hurt those people? Why did you kill those people?
No comments. No comments. I cannot answer that at this time.
While Ramirez preyed on individuals, Leonard Lake and Charles Ung took it further. They didn't just kill, they destroyed entire families. And the way they did it, it's worse than you can imagine.
There's no way the government is taking care of you.
That's true.
That's why we live off the grid.
What are you gonna do, kill us?
Well, that's sort of up to you, Brenda.
It's okay, Leonard. No one live here for miles.
My baby! My baby! No!
Look, wait, I plan on building a holding cell. A place so stark, so empty, so completely removed from the world that I can condition her to cooperate with me fully.
You can cry and scream like the rest of them, but it will make no difference. We're pretty cold-hearted, so to speak.
They lure families to a secluded cabin, far from civilization. What looks like a regular shack hides something terrifying beneath. The moment you step through the door, it's over. The men are the first to go. No hesitation, no mercy, just a quick, brutal execution. Why? To remove any threat. But it's the women who faced the worst of it.
you here. While you're here, we'll keep you busy. You'll wash for us, you'll clean for us, cook for us, you'll cook for us. That's your choice in a nutshell. It's not much of a choice. Unless you've got death wish.
They kept the women alive, if you can call it that. Days, weeks, tortured, violated, filmed. Lake wanted total control, turning them into his personal slaves in this twisted underground dungeon.
If it ever arises again, if there's any circumstance whatsoever that leads me to think that you're even attempting to make noise, it's immaterial as to whether I hear you or anyone else hears you. You will be whipped very severely. And tell me you understand.
This was no ordinary crime spree. It was a carefully orchestrated nightmare tearing families apart, one by one. Their victims vanished into the woods, never to be seen again. After hearing the terrifying tactics of these three killers, which one shocked you the most, and why? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to see what you think. But more importantly, if you want to stay on top of true crime stories that dive even deeper into the minds of the most twisted criminals, hit that subscribe button now. I've got some unbelievable cases coming up that you won't want to miss. And trust me, you'll want to be the first to see them.